Hey guys, welcome to another Toronto on Toys, and today we're going to be reviewing another awesome toy from Hasbro celebrating Ghostbusters 40th anniversary. And what's really awesome about this particular toy, well, I should say toys, because we're talking about the Plasma Pack. And what's really awesome about these guys is that they are in the O-ring figure build. So if you're not familiar with that because you might be too young, the O-ring figures were pretty much used for making the G.I. Joe toys back in the day, late 80s, early 90s, I want to say. I might be wrong, don't quote me on that. They were the shit. They had great articulation, especially mobility around their waist because of the O-ring that was sort of hooked with like this sort of rubber band thing that kept them intact. They were awesome for the time, and you can almost say they're kind of retro, vintage nowadays. But Ghostbusters, for their 40th anniversary, Hasbro comes out with this awesome plasma pack, and I'm really excited. So, before we move further, if you are new here, welcome to the channel. If you've been here before, thank you so much for coming back. If you enjoyed this review, please don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe if you want to continue to support this channel. And feel free to leave your thoughts in the comment section. You can find me on social media, shop for some of my artwork on my websites. Everything is provided below in the description. Yeah, so let's move on to this plasma pack. Okay guys, so check out this awesome packaging. I try to be better about reviewing the packaging of toys, especially when it has a retro look. Okay, because again, we are celebrating 40 years of Ghostbusters. And yeah, when I do find packaging of any toy interesting, I want to take a closer look at it and appreciate it. And this has the look of a VHS in its box. The printing on this is phenomenal. I mean, they got the wear and tear of the box printed on there. I mean, and that's what it was like back in the day before DVDs. We had the VHS tapes, and they would come in some cases or cardboard cases. You get the fancy plastic ones. This is really neat, and yeah, I just want to take a moment to appreciate that. Well, let's open this bad boy. Okay guys, here we are. Right out of the box, we got Egon Spangler, Ray Stantz, Peter Venkman, and Winston Zedmore. I don't know why I blanked out, but I did. They look great, honestly. And when I was pulling them out of the package, I really felt a little nostalgia because now I was a little young at the time. I have older siblings, and my older brother was a big fan of G.I. Joes, and so of course toys were shared growing up, and I remember just playing with his G.I. Joes a lot. So pulling these guys out and just feeling it out, and like again the torso mobility because of the band that is wrapped around a ring, which is attached to the pelvis here. And I don't want to compromise the quality of the figures. Who knows if there was any QC, quality control check on here, or quality check control, whatever. If there was any if any of that was done with all of these figures. So I don't want to compromise the integrity of the figure. But having said that, it's like weird because there's so much to say, but then not much, I guess. Well, it depends like who's watching. If you're a younger generation seeing this, you got your Kenner Classics, NECA that makes the more realistic version of the toys, and so you got all these other iterations, but then we've never gotten a quote-unquote G.I. Joe style figure. So this is really exciting that they pull this off for the 40th anniversary. I mean, they're all very basic in terms of mobility, posability. The arms can raise just about at the eye height or whatever. You get what I'm saying. You got full rotation around the shoulder, nice bend at the bicep there, and we also have a bicep twist. And so far from what I'm feeling of this figure, it does feel nice and sturdy and strong. It's not, you know, we're just messing around with Egon for right now, so he's feeling pretty new out of the package. He's not loose, so hopefully, and I have faith that the rest of the figures are the same. So we got a nice bend at the leg here. You got a good front kick anytime they gotta stomp in a door. Leg reverse, you know, not too far, because glutes. If you're familiar with my videos, I talk about glutes a lot when it comes to the Ghostbusters for some reason. They didn't give Peter Venkman yo, what's up with that? Take his pack off, because my goodness, Ray does squats. Let's see, side bend, not so much actually. That is kind of a surprise, and I don't know if that's just with this guy. If you look at the hips here, there's not a lot of room there. So that does limit the side, you know, no side kick for these guys, unfortunately. No ankle tilts or anything, no hand rotations. Got this great waist mobility. Like, that's pretty wild. Actually, there was one thing that did draw my attention, and I'm noticing it on all of them actually, is for some reason this arm is like he's handing off something. What's that about? Well, he does have an accessory, that reader he always has with him. I'm drawing a blank on what it's called. But he's got this thing. I can see why his hand would be like that. Kind of makes sense, but they're all like that. So I don't know what, well, assuming maybe the top half, because if you look at the rest of them, Peter Venkman's got his pant legs untucked. So maybe they use this top sculpt for all of them and they had the same arms. Although I think it's cool that he comes with this thing. I mean, it's pretty, I think it's a given. He's got to have this accessory. Let's start looking at the details up close, because they are pretty nice. Nice print on the suit there with their logo, name tag. I don't know if you can see it, but I would say as far as head sculpts go, you know, I'd say that it's pretty close to Harold, as close as you can get in this scale. They all look like who they're supposed to be, so I'm not mad about it. Their proton blasters and the, you know, the proton pack, excuse me, neutrona blasters, the detail is always just so cool to look at. Even though it's basically single color black with the red lights here, it's pretty cool still. So that's Egon. Next we got Ray Stantz, head sculpt, pretty close. We got the binoculars that he wears. So that's really cool. And then the Trapper. Look at that detail on the sides there. Very cool. I don't know, I feel like Ray would be holding on to this, so I'm gonna give it to Ray. Let's see if I can get it in his hand. I remember as a kid, one of the things that would break, other than the rubber band that keeps the waist and the legs intact, was the thumbs on their hands. Because sometimes, well, at least with me and my brother, we'd always just, you know, try to put other weapons in their hands, really adding wear and tear on the thumbs, trying to squeeze in and force these other weapons from other action figures into their hands. We would always just wear out the thumbs. So putting the weapons in their hands kind of just makes me think of that. I'm like, oh, please do not break this. Actually, pulling the blaster out, is this why their hands are shaped like this? I'm gonna be honest, I didn't really see a lot of the stock photos, but I was wondering if people have been posing them with both their hands on the guns to see if that's why their hands are molded that way. Maybe that's it. I'm afraid to. All right, so it looks like that's how it would go. I don't want to force it anymore because I just got these and I don't want to compromise the integrity on these guys. I think that looks pretty cool, actually. You know, it works. Peter Venkman's head sculpt. It looks like Bill Murray, kinda. And then last but not least, Winston Zedmore. Fun fact, back in 2010, I got a photo with the man himself, Ernie Hudson. This was at the Wizard World convention in Philadelphia. That's me with this wicked goatee, long hair. I was a little overweight. Good times. Huh. You know what? Before, initially, I was like looking at the head sculpt. I'm like, it's like almost there, not quite. But now with this picture, I'm like, okay. So I try to get him to hold his gun too. And there you have it, folks. Hasbro's Ghostbusters O-ring styled action figures for their 40th anniversary. I honestly can't think of any other cool way to celebrate their legacy. You already had the Transformers collaboration, and now here you have the quote-unquote G.I. Joe styled Ghostbusters figures. It's a no-brainer, a must-have. Get it while you can. Alright, my friends, that is my review for today. If you enjoyed yourself, please don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe if you want to support the channel, and ring that notification bell so you can keep up with the new uploads. If you have any thoughts or questions about these figures, please share down below in the comment section. In the wise words of Egon Spengler,
don't cross the streams.
Hope to see you on the next one.